is gonna push it all in, and Puna Prince are gonna get the bad news. Shows his aces.
Oh my god. Wow.
It's the ultimate poker nightmare. Thinking you've got the nuts, only to run headfirst into quads. The kind of cooler that turns confidence into catastrophe in the blink of an eye. Millions have been lost, legends have crumbled, and some players still wake up in a cold sweat reliving the moment. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video to see the sickest example of running good with quads. The most savage hand in poker history? In this next clip, we witness one of the most stunning hands in poker history. Phillips, the embodiment of the classic poker bro, is about to secure a victory so absurdly rare that it's almost cruel. What starts as a dream scenario for one player quickly turns into an all-time bad beat.
Mabuchi made a bet after the river onto that scary board. Phillips now fires back with a raise.
Has Justin Phillips bet the shirt off his back?
Action on Mabuchi. He's all in.
All in call, table
Phillips
one.
turns over a royal flush.
Royal flush.
Mabuchi, quad aces.
You gotta be kidding me. Quad aces, your last hand of the main event.
What a way to hit the rail.
There's nothing more ultimate than that.
That is a statistical improbability, my friends.
What a horrible river card for you.
Quad aces. The kind of hand that feels like an automatic winner. Gets absolutely destroyed in the most brutal way possible. The odds? Practically impossible. The reaction? Pure disbelief. But Phillips doesn't just take the pot, he makes sure his opponent will never forget the way that this hand played out. When quads aren't enough. In our next clip, we dive into one of the most gut-wrenching poker hands ever played. A rising star still chasing his first World Series of Poker bracelet finds himself in a dream scenario. That is, until it turns into a nightmare. What should have been a guaranteed win takes a shocking turn, leaving Roble and everyone at the table in complete disbelief.
Raise to 8.
I'll get that.
Call. Call. $18. $42. Call. Cool. All in.
I have quads.
And a call.
Oh, bloody hell. Wow. Can you imagine in the commentary box? Oh my God, what a cooler. Unbelievable. Andrew, that is so sick. That is so sick. God, that's so sick. God almighty. I thought you had the 9.
I thought you had a queen.
Yeah. Nice betting. Nice betting.
I thought they both had a queen.
Really nice betting. That's great betting in the quad.
The reactions say it all. Stunned silence, wide eyes, and the kind of shock that only comes from witnessing the impossible. Roble, ever the professional, swallows the heartbreak with grace, but there's no question that this one is gonna haunt him. Losing a massive pot is bad enough, but losing with quads, that's the kind of beat that gets retold in poker circles for years. Are you enjoying the video so far? Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Hitting quads is a pretty unlikely event, and it's typically a case where you win a lot of money. Here are a few times quads held up for a massive payday. The worst possible river. In this next clip, we focus on poker legend Gus Hansen, turning an unassuming starting hand into an absolute monster deep in an EPT tournament. The hand unfolds perfectly in his favor. And just wait until you see the river.
And the flop is queen high. We saw Gus Hansen lead a lot of...
Try to get some value out of an ace-king that might check back.
In leading, of course, you open yourself up to getting raised. So in a situation where he could have just made sure there's one bet on the flop, he's forced into 2 bets with a bet and a raise, but doesn't matter.
Oh, come on.
3 of a kind.
Come on. So
He checks now.
Gus's lead was for 825. Larson raised to 1625, and now it goes check, check, and it's quads.
Good for him, right? Makes top full house. And did Gus bet 8,000? He's put them all in?
Yeah. Larson calls it off for his last 6K.
Gus's opponent watches in stunned disbelief as the final card seals his fate. A textbook cooler, nuts versus second nuts, leaving one player victorious and the other questioning the poker gods. Bluffing into disaster. Bluffing is an art, but when it goes wrong, it can be downright brutal. In our next clip, we watch as Spindler navigates a massive pot. It's a high-stakes battle that quickly turns into a lesson in knowing when to pump the brakes.
Queen of diamonds, queen of spades.
Flop better, Benny.
No diamonds, you can
Kevin's going
just
to raise
fold.
to 300,000. Benny's going to make the call.
Absolutely done with this hand when Spindler calls on a board that dry.
Benny Spindler improves to quads and now has a complete lock on this.
Hey, James.
He'll check as well. These guys are going to go
More
into
like
the room.
better fold, Saul. Am I right?
10 of diamonds. Kevin
Imagine
bets
if Kevin Saul had
450,000.
bigger hands, Benny Spindler would
Benny
win more
says, "I'm
chips
all in."
here.
Raise.
450,000 snap all in from Spindler. Saul releases.
Benny's going to take the pot.
Better not call, Saul.
Saul picks the absolute worst moment to fire off a bluff, unknowingly running straight into quads. His timing couldn't be worse, and he pays for it in a big way. It's a harsh but necessary reminder that bluffing takes skill, finesse, and most importantly, the right read on your opponent. Stick around until the end of the video where Spindler proves that, for him, making quads look effortless is just another day at the office. Tony G, Unfiltered. If there's one player who knows how to make every hand a spectacle, it's Tony G. Loud, unapologetic, and relentless, he turns poker into psychological warfare. But in this hand, he doesn't just win with skill, he wins big with the poker gods on his side.
Doing all of this for the people to enjoy the show, enjoy poker a bit. Like bring back the old timers like me and have fun with the game. I know what they're doing, you know? I know what they're thinking. I've thought of everything they have. I have forgotten everything they know. To pillaging.
Raise 225. Fold.
And now...
25.
Yeah, but someone has to protect you. I gave you a room next to my room. Yeah, everyone's protecting you, Warren.
No.
Three players.
Back in the table.
500.
500.
Just because it's one chip. And I don't even have an ace. There you go. I don't have an ace.
And
I
what is it
guarantee
about these big game cash games that
I
he
don't
just
have an
seems to
ace,
always
Warren.
do
How
well,
about that?
or
I don't
almost
have an
always?
ace and I'm happy
Tony,
with it.
yeah, he just riles people up and forces them to make big
If he's
mistakes.
gonna call, I know he has an ace.
You know, puts people off the game and unsettles them, and
How much
has
do
his
you
own way of doing it.
This is 7. Doesn't matter.
Oh wow!
1500. It's one of those pots where you're gonna chop.
You know, ship to
I'm
get him
gonna
off
go
an ace
all in on
two.
the river, no matter what happens. There you go. That way I'm showing commitment.
It doesn't really matter, does
No,
it?
it would have gone.
You got to beat 4 6s. Can you do that?
4 6s.
Yeah, you got to beat 4 6. Can you beat 4 6s? All right, fold your hand. Fold it, get rid of it.
Oh wow!
Get rid of it. I'm not lying. Come on. Do you trust me? Fold it, please, for me. Show me some confidence. You can't do it.
It's a 20,000 pot. He's giving him the rub down with that.
He's bet 60,000 as well.
I'm a genuine guy. Come on, I'm a stand-by guy.
The cards speak for themselves, and so does Tony. He drags in the pot with quads, leaving his opponent stunned and speechless. But losing to quads is one thing, losing to Tony G while he's in full showman mode. Now, that is a new level of pain. When the greatest player of all time has quads. Playing against Phil Ivey is already a complete nightmare. But when he's holding quads, yeah, it's game over. In this unforgettable hand, Ivey doesn't just win, he constructs a perfect setup, slowly building the pot while keeping his opponent completely in the dark. It's a textbook display of patience, deception, and execution from one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Ivey got the aces. Limps in. Sam checks back king at clubs. Rut-row.
Action. The whole shalada, but here he's really a bit unlucky. Oh, well, that actually, now that is, that's a sight you'd love to see if you're a Phil Ivey fan.
He's still doing okay in this
Gotta love it. Slip some rope, you know, in case some, I mean, if a flush runs out, if a club were to come, oh my goodness gracious.
Ivey bets, Sam's going to raise, Ivey's going to jam. I mean, he's not going to like it when he gets jammed on.
He's probably, I don't even think he thinks long. Really.
Sam's going to feel sick, but he can't fold. Quads.
Wow.
Have some of that.
Wow. What a hand. I mean, this is a sick three-handed, 1 versus 2 stack in the biggest cooler you're going to see possible.
Ivey doesn't just take the pot, he orchestrates a total collapse, leaving his opponent shaking his head in absolute disbelief. Every move, every bet, every second of this hand proves why Phil Ivey is in a league of his own. Not by how he plays his cards, but by how he causes his opponents to implode. The Poseidon Poker Showdown. In this next clip, we witnessed one of the most bizarre, yet unforgettable moments in poker history. Dan Jungleman Cates, fully committed to his role as Poseidon, the god of the sea, isn't just making waves with his costume, he's making them at the felt. With an $840,000 pot at stake, the theatrics may be all fun and games, but his poker skills are no joke.
So we got a straddle from Leon, a raise from Wayne, Jungle Man, Try Dan. Smooth calls pocket eights, and Punat Bunsry wakes up with pocket aces. 54,000. Playing some deep stacks.
Wow. Probably won't see you.
Dan Lopi calling with 2 8s.
Member. Yes, thank you. No. 8. Again.
And we just flop quad 8s.
That's the 8-9.
Another player come in.
44.
And this is just disaster for Punat Bunsry. And they're playing. He started this hand for at least 400K. Dan with the slow play. And that is an ace on the turn, and there is no way Punat Bunsry has a chance to get away now. He's got top boat. Dan Cates is going to bet his quad 8s, it seems. Reaching for chips. Wants to bet the turn. Smaller bet designed to, of course, get the ace to call, as well as those jacks, queens, and kings. We got 1 out to come back. $367,000 in the middle. Backdoor flush does get there. Still got quad 8s. Absolutely sick hand. Is gonna push it all in, and Punat Bunsry are gonna get the bad news. Shows his aces.
Oh my god. Wow.
Leon, not full. Leon.
Nice.
Leon, huh?
Despite the absurdity of the situation, Jungleman remains as ruthless as ever. playing his hand to perfection. It's a moment that poker players dream of, proving that even when draped in mythological robes, it's the poker gods that will always reign supreme at the table. Spindler strikes again. In our final clip, Benny Spindler proves that while quads are a rare sight in poker, some players just seem to attract the impossible. This hand isn't just about good fortune, it's about the sheer brutality of the game when one player's dream scenario turns into another's nightmare. And with millions of dollars in play, the stakes couldn't be higher.
Here for Benny Spindler, he's certainly going to at least make a call. He possibly might even re-raise. We've seen him do that before. He's got some chips to play with now.
He is a fearless young man, that is for sure. We saw him picking on Kevin Saul in earlier action.
Call, 305,000.
With aces.
Oh my goodness, quads on the flop. Don't ever run bad.
Strange. The last time Gomez had aces, won a big pot. This time, three of a kind is going to come on board. And now the question is, how is Spindler going to play it? There's no way Gomez thinks if you had a jack, you'd raise here. Well, he's just going to call. Now, you know, the funny thing about this is Gomez actually thinks he's trapping him.
Right, he thinks he's slow playing his hand.
He's doing...
Really care how much Gomez has here.
It's just trying to like show weakness, if you will. It's a little bit of a sort of Hollywood move approach to this hand to try to get as many chips in as possible. A big bet once again of $2 million. Oh, and he does. He's moving it all in. Of course, Spindler. Where he's calling, he's got four of a kind. Gomez says, completely dead. River card is totally irrelevant. Spindler wins a monster pot, eliminating Gomez. He's up over 16 million in chips now. Stunned. Look at the crowd. They can't believe it. Pocket aces going down in flames. The river now just a formality. Spindler now is going to have a stranglehold on this tournament.
You get the feeling it's going to take Alex Gomez quite a while to shake this one off, despite taking home $750,000.
Spindler lands quads yet again, holding the absolute nuts against the second best possible hand. It's one of those moments where no amount of skill can save you. Sometimes, the poker gods simply have other plans. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with all the biggest pots, most epic fights, and sick slow rolls. Thanks for watching.